For my project, I created a tutorial for Georgia Public Library Service called the Uniform Chart of Accounts. And you can see from the learning objectives that I wanted the participants to be able to talk about each dimension of the library chart of accounts and then also to demonstrate how to use the different dimensions. So I had three sections that I developed: a chart overview, chart field definitions, and coding transactions. You'll notice the color scheme that I'm using here is what we use at the Institute of Government for our branding when we create any type of PowerPoint slides or any type of product. So I've got a trigger so that when you click on the chart overview, you come to this section in which the user will learn about the different chart of accounts definition, the purpose of the chart. I did something pretty cool here where I inserted a link so that I put a hotspot up here on this title, and so it actually brings up the chart of accounts, and you could either save it or print it. One of my users recommended that as some feedback whenever they were evaluating the module, and I thought it was a really good idea. The other thing is I have the different chart fields that we'll be talking about, and then on this particular slide the user will click on the different objects and various layers will appear that show the different definitions of the dimensions. On this interactive, it's a drag and drop, so basically helping to assess whether the user understands the definitions of the different dimensions of the chart of accounts. You'll notice that one of the things that I did is put a results slide in, and so I've customized the feedback box, which I learned to do this time. I thought that was pretty cool. And I did customize the feedback rather than just use the canned responses. One of my users wanted to be able to see what they got wrong, so I added that option in the reviewing the results. In addition, one of my users said they really wanted to be able to retry the quiz, so I put that option in as well in the results slide. And one of the other comments that I received during the evaluation was, I want to know when I've finished a section, so I included this congratulations. It's a manner of, I think, recognizing the student's progress in the tutorial, and then to click to return to the main menu. I've grayed out when the user has selected an area so that they'll know what's next. Chart field definitions is next. Again, just talking about the different dimensions, and this time it's going to go into detail about what are the actual codes that are used. So I have triggers on each of the boxes in which you again are going through specific information related to the chart of accounts. Have some layers here. I did give the users an indication they need to wait to click next until all the layers are grayed out. Had a multiple choice and then another drag and drop where again I do the feedback so that the user can tell what they missed and go back and review, and then they can actually retry the quiz again. Going basically throughout this section, we're just going through the different the different dimensions and specifically talking about the different account numbers. Had a fun code assessment, just a multiple choice on when you use a particular function code. Also had another assessment which they ordered the accounts according to a numbering scheme that is uniform for the chart. And so in this case, going back up to the main menu, coding transactions. In this example, I actually created a number of different account coding examples so that the user could see that if they were recording these transactions in their accounting system, this is the way it would look. I chose the behaviorist theory because typically when you're doing account coding, there's only one right answer. I customized these boxes. Initially, I was going to just do a print screen from an Excel document, but I didn't think that was very attractive. So I did take the time out to customize these boxes. And at the end of the tutorial, the participant actually gets 5 different transactions that they get to code. And there's a drop-down box, and they select the code that is the right code. And then they will be getting feedback based on their choices that they selected. And so in this example, I got the correct answer. And so there's 5 of these in all. Overall, I feel like the tutorial will be very beneficial for those library business managers throughout the state as a refresher for some, and also it'll be good for those who are new to libraries and need to understand as they begin working what the chart of accounts is about and how to use it.